Another meaningless day.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Another meaningless day.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Another meaningless day.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Another meaningless day.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
If I can pull it out.
Another meaningless day.
If I could pull it out.
Another meaningless day. Another meaningless day.
If I could pull it out.
It's time! It's time! Let's go meet Sucrose and Kale at the crafting bench!
Got a job for me?
Hey, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox. Nice work! Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Let me quickly summarize what we found out about. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal. As for my answer, I think a clock...
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get. Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy. While Bennett suggests Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari, and Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as no...
As for one who would never lie, Rosario removed herself from consideration, but Timaeus seems to have forgotten.
And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Klee said that Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend... So, what are the answers to the... You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can...
Or, let's all share our thoughts on...
Wait! Wait for me!
Oh, Timaeus!
I'm sorry, I really am.
Huh? This is kind of... Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little?
Of course. Do you still remember the time well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into...
Wait! So Ying-er is the girl from Lila that Sucrose mentioned. We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've...
No, I mean, not all the time. Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking Cecilia's as a...
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart, transformed by the power. I know full well that Miss Ying-er is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the... which brings me to the subject of the last few days. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl. And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that I feel... I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world.
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided...
But then what about Ying-er?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now?
Well, yes. I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself, to which I must devote my full attention. I made sure to package the gift in letter. Point being, please know that I sincerely...
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech. Don't worry, Timaeus.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one... Great! Let's keep it up. On to the others. Okay, Paimon will do the honors. We have with us here the... Huh? Why did you only say... All right. We also... That's me!
Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting...
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there? Of course. We will soon see if my...
Actually,
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up?
Yeah, you're...
Actually, I'm a little...
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much...
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where...
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the... Oh, we know something about that.
What? Wow, that's amazing.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
This is it. We're off to find... According to the map, it should be somewhere around here.
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the lantern...
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Paimon's reading too. But there's nothing above us. Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Look! The wind is blowing!
What a strong wind current. Let's write it up and see where it leads.
Huh? We'll have to fly up there?
Here.
Little island get up here in this... Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire... Oh, good thinking! Huh. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's all...
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have... Take your seat. Present your... Well, as far as instructions go...
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats.
Well, all our questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing.
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine, but I also couldn't find...
Huh? What do you...
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers.
That sounds kind of...
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how...
I see. That makes... Mona, is there something wrong? Oh, are you hungry?
Thank you for offering. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scry glasses. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been... But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered...
What do you mean, Mona?
Never mind. It's not like...
Don't leave us on the edge like this. I'll just do...
Yes, let's test...
Come on, join...
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question.
You can do it, Sukra.
Then I would fetch a tetratanic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the...
Golly,
My answer is... For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me.
All right. It's up to me to answer the third part. Although I've never really had any other... I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this
And last but not least, I will answer the final. There's no tale more befitting the title of A Legend That Never Ends.
Wait! The lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern... Huh? But...
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, all right. Huh? What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair?
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? we've just proven that there is no...
No right answer?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be.
And to think, I never...
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey! You're that Outlander we met the other day!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place.
Oh, is that so? Then...
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
Huh. So you had your eyes on me even...
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit...
Huh? But why?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty... In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power wasn't...
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jade.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, the lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Huh. Why did this little thing...
Hello? On the other side of the lantern.
Mom? Oh, I hear...
Madam, I am Scarlet, the
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already...
Wait. Why are you talking just like...
Old hag.
Who are you? Who dares imitate my mask?
And what of imitation?
Aunt Alice, I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like...
So I see everyone's here. Well then.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided...
Why, she said...
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea parties?
It's a really long...
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon is...
Wait. Paimon's completely lost.
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the...
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now... Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table. That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
Then, what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy...
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world. A guide who will never get lost. One who would never lie. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down that a flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full... If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would... The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary... Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to... She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning. If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation...
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world, and...
The one who would never lie is... me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that as for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works.
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt...
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged... Alice, you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in... I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now...
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now...
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. But you are different.
Oh, has someone finally peeked onto Alice's...
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell...
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the Hexens...
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have... Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it.
So, the supreme blessing...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and dear child, I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have... But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy.
Oh. I still don't get it, but I do know.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye to...
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close?
Yes, it's Windbloom again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this... just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this...
Whoa! Ah! Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down? Oh.
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you feel...
I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick, that's all.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time.
Okay.
It sounds like you still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us?
It's nothing, really. It's just... Well, but still... The whole thing wasn't quite... Of course, I didn't actually expect the Supreme Blessing to be...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that...
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like... This whole...
But I'd say we still...
Well, that aside, Timaeus... You still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Ying'er, right?
Oh, Miss Ying'er. Well, I mean...
Hey, you three? You may want to look over...
Huh? Miss Ying'er?
Oh, so that's Miss Ying'er? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the way to Mondstadt.
I am so sorry, Miss Ying'er. But how did you...
Are you so...
Of course I am. I'm so...
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but you said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important...
Should we...
I wouldn't. You'll get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt...
Oh, really?
I am so glad to see Timaeus find his happiness.
I have to say, I'm even more, and you can be happy just to see others happy. And you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you...
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to... I may have read...
That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad but she also said that learning is just another part of life. Why don't you give it a try, Kale?
Okay, I'll try my best. They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find...
I nearly forgot.
This texture. Are these...
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. It's nothing too special, but they're super sweet. And I'm also submitting them as my wind blooms for this year.
Thank you. I'll plant them in the Avidia forest and take the...
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free.
I don't know what to say. Sucrose, now's your chance. Didn't you want to...
You're right.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Huh? What? It was like a little cloud of happiness, and now it flew away.
Well, luckily, there's still some breath left in the test. I'll keep working on it, and let you know as soon as I...
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to...
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal.
Master Tainari!
If your friendship was forged in a test tube, does that...
That's it. I think you've ruined Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you. Sayano wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess...
I'm a master of the game. Do you dare...
Can you believe this guy? Wait! I've got something to get. Huh? College? Yeah! I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs. I made these bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel. I want to give them to Amber. During Windbloom, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important.
But Tainari said that we're not anything like an academic family.
Well, in this case, we can...
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon. Whoa, are these really for us?
So, are these your chosen Windblooms?
Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisauras and Sumeru roses are my Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers I can bet. I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those, the real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even...
I'm so happy to...
Sucrose, do you see that cloud?
Huh?
Doesn't it look just like your test...
let me help you.
This realm is true. If you ever have it...
This realm...
If you ever have...
What a wonderful festival. If only Godwin were here with
You like the card back from Sino, right? I must admit, his request was quite interesting. Although the commission was for himself, he wanted the back to be flashy enough to draw the attention of the opposing player. He also said that such an impressive card back oh, and speaking of, to
doesn't sound very good.
I wonder how many bouquets I'll receive this year.
Well, what do you think? I'm happy to see you find the time amidst your busy... And if you have a moment now... This world has a shade more ethereal...
Even though most of the Academia's restrictions have significantly relaxed, I'm still a bit worried that the Matra might give her trouble. I need to stay here to keep...
Does it have...
I'd only assign a job this important to someone I...
Oh no, I'm fine!
I know.
Oh! Hey there!
Ah, it's been a while. What a coincidence. I was just thinking about asking you to... Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just that this matter concerns research banned by the Academia. Not the sort of thing you'd shout from the rooftops. Also, you happen to know about this? It's complicated. And this... You might have heard about her in Sumeru before. Her name is Faruzan. Let's just say that a huge part of Kashar... She is. But she vanished for 100 years because of a certain incident. Because of that, her current personality...
I'm getting a headache.
She doesn't have bad intentions, so you don't have to be scared.
I'll try.
Yes, Kasharawar and Spontamod researchers are often quite prejudiced. However, Faruzan isn't influenced by modern thinking. In our previous correspondence through letter, it's already past our arranged meeting time, but she still hasn't shown up. I don't think so. With her personality, it's more likely that she got wrapped up in some sort of trouble. Anyway, can you go with Kale to the Academia and check...
Thank God.
I'm counting on you two. Our task is important. After all, if...
All right.
Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady?
I want to buy more. There are so many local specialties
Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady? Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady?
There are so many local specialties in Igrаю. I want to buy more.
Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady?
There are so many local specialties in Sumeru. I want to buy more.
La da 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 da.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
La da da.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, could you repeat yourself? As you know, I'm sure, hearing goes with age. Forget to add madam when you addressed me earlier.
Your hearing is perfectly fine. Madam Faruzan, we don't want to make things difficult for you. However, you haven't been teaching courses or supervising theses these past few years. Isn't this rather problematic?
And who, if I may ask?
But Madam Farza...
in any case...
Wait!
That's her, all right. Okay, I think I'm ready for this.
Anyway, Akara Crafts and the leader of... They're wondering if you'd be interested.
Mm-hmm. Ah, Kale! Why are you here at the academia? Are you feeling better now?
I'm much better, Madam Farazan. It's all thanks to...
Have you been sleeping well? You seem to be developing some eye bags. Is that Brat Tainari?
No, it's because I'm a slow learner. It's not...
It's good to be hardworking, but you need... Ah! And is the person beside you the legendary traveler? Oh, I've heard much about you before. And it is thanks to you, after all, that the academia is finally getting back on its feet. Even colleagues... I'd wager it's those Kasharawar dunderheads finding excuses so that I'd go to their darshan. Say no more. I have no plans to change my field of research.
It might be difficult to teach a course. You can teach a course or participate in a collaborative project. If you don't do either, it'll be hard.
Could you not give me a few more days to consider? This matter has been
That's precisely the issue.
What a waste of free time these folk. Now you two are here at Tighnari's behest, I take it. Of course. I shall need some time.
What now? She seems so big. Master said there's no rush, but I know that he's been busy working. I feel for Madame Farazan, but if I get her in trouble with the academia... Yeah, that would be the best for them both. I'll check with Master later and see if there's... But I'm sure he'll say, the best thing you can do... Huh? Oh, yes. This way she can get her problem sorted out quickly. So if I also stay and help... that still sounds kind of... Okay, then.
Huh. I have to teach students...
We're back, Madame Farazan. The Traveler said that he can stay and help...
Oh, why I couldn't ask for more. In fact, I'm rather curious about the... Is that so? Good. Now, should I apply to teach a course with Haravatat, or join the collaborative project?
You might have heard of it before. Haravatat is an academic faction that researches language...
Now, not was. Still...
Yes, of course. But current...
In summary, I mean to interpret the configurations and solutions of ruin mechanisms.
The research method is supported by... Also, there are fewer and fewer unexplored ruins left nowadays, and Ksharuar researchers have been developing...
They're far too complacent. I'm telling you. Nowadays, also, the people here... Why, I think they could all stand to learn from Kale.
Huh? Why me?
If only those who came to my... Speaking of which, are you feeling better? You don't have to...
I just remembered that I have a lot of studying to...
Are you telling me to start a reading course for Kale?
Huh?
Wait. Although Tighnari has academic dealings with the academia, he isn't...
No, he's right. The old academia became consumed by their... There must surely be many people like Kale and Sumeru who are passionate about learning, but cannot study due to... The old academia paid no heed to them. But if I start a reading course for Kale as a pilot... Oh, save yourself the extra trouble. I'll come with you. If there's any arguments... Traveler, Kale, do...
Wait! I can't believe she rushed right in after we arrived. She's really headstrong. How did things turn out like this? No, not really. Madame Farazan is a brilliant scholar. Even Master thinks so. If it's just that she can get a bit too passionate sometimes. I don't know how to handle that. Maybe it's because she wants to take me in. It's just like that researcher said. The academia has completely changed. I don't really get it. But it does seem like Haravatat students who are interested. Madame Farazan also refuses to accept randoms, but she seems to like my attitude toward learning. So it's because I'm a slow learner that I have no choice but to stay up late and study. Whenever she compliments me, it's not that. Madame Farazan respects my choices. She hasn't been trying to persuade me. She sometimes brings food to Gandharvaville for me. And now that you mention it, it does feel a bit like that. Do I really look that young?
Kale, Traveler, thank you for waiting. I argued with the higher-ups and convinced them of the practicality and necessity of educating the general public. If I'm not mistaken, they're the students of my classmates' students.
Amazing.
It's just that we need to fill in every single page of the application. Let's see now. What do we need to fill in? That's a bit too general, I'd say. After all, this class's target audience isn't toddlers or children, but rather people who already know the basics of reading. Such, we'll need a...
That's true. If we use children's teaching materials, we'll only...
And you have your job as a forest ranger, Kale. People who attend this course in the future are also...
Master always tells me that practice is the best way to learn. That's why I often ask him to...
It must have been difficult to get books in Sumeru in recent years, no? Tainar, expanding literacy is a capital notion. Now that the academia is easing restrictions on the circulation of books... So that's next on the list. I fear that I'm at a loss as to which books youngsters like nowadays. Fair. Kale?
Me? I've been reading light novels from Inazuma. I heard that ever since we were allowed to sell books in Sumeru again, some people set up stalls at Treasure Street to sell light
novels. This is my first time hearing about such a thing, but I doubt I will procure suitable teaching materials from the House of Dana. Treasure Street it is.
Over 100. Let's pick up the pace and catch up to her.
What a long and mildly ungrammatical title.
Is this your first time seeing a light novel, ma'am? Oh, they're the most popular books nowadays.
Fine. One shouldn't...
Of course. Why don't you try this one? It's Outlander Brigade. When the...
I heard that this book's author describes action and...
Now, I've only skimmed through a few pages, but it feels like...
subject?
The protagonist just ends up fighting in every scene with no proper build-up. Will anyone even enjoy a story that's only comprised of fights?
How about... the good thing about being reincarnated as a hilly trope.
A reincarnation isekai story?
Those isekai? What in the world is that? Tropes? Those fictional...
Sorry.
However, this book doesn't explain how reincarnation correlates to becoming stronger. Such an illogical rule will affect the coherence of the story.
How about this?
Oh, that's the latest volume of...
Now that's a rather normal title length.
Yes, but I don't like it that much. Madam, are you going to...
Let me see. The dialogue flows...
I also thought those names were strange when I was reading them.
It's impossible to derive the meaning of these phrases in isolation. Also, they're morphological or did the protagonist purposely create these strange names to disorient their foes? So there's no deeper purpose.
You're right. It's such a weird...
Even the most popular book in Sumeru back then had great... Yes! A Bahumano researcher wrote it while researching folk legends. The plot had many twists. The world building was fantastic. Even the sages back then all described the...
Is there a book like that in Sumeru? I've never heard of it.
It's called Tales of Shariar.
Tales of Shariar?
About 100 years ago.
100 years ago? Are you pulling my leg?
The legend of Antara is popular to this very day, isn't it? It's an old story like that.
Even if that is the case...
What? Is that... I can't believe they've allowed the people of Sumeru to become so uncivilized.
Tales of Shariar. Oh, wait. I mean, it is a book from 100 years ago. What are you...
Tales of Shariar is considered an antique now? How could that... Traveler, Kale?
Madam, wait! Oh, no. You asked me why I'm scared of Madame Farazan, right? It's because... I'm afraid of that ancient language she researches, because I can bear... Even so, what if researchers from 100 years ago like to use ancient language?
The 5th volume of Tales of Shariar.
Wow, you
I never thought this book would ever get...
All right, that's our teaching material secured. We also now...
Can I take a... Luckily the language being used here isn't...
As long as the writing is good, readers won't need any illustrations to imagine the scenes. Worry not, I shall thoroughly explain the difficult sections. After all this time, I wonder if Aaliyah and Aziz... Sir, do you have the subsequent...
I don't...
Is that so? And here I thought I could finally read... If I'm to use it as a teaching material, it's better to start earlier in the series.
Is
this series really that popular?
No. It's not popular at all.
No demand? Impossible. Back then, I'd come across it.
Seriously? No one told me that this...
Where did you get this from? Can you still...
I'm afraid not. This book was sold together with a whole bunch of antique furniture. Otherwise, the Matra would have come knocking. Wait, is this book actually worth a lot? It can't be, right?
That's impossible. No matter how strict the academia was, there's no way Tales...
I do remember a passerby skimming through the book a few days ago.
He sighed? I'm sorry. Traveler, Kale, please give me a moment. Why is there another misunderstanding between and a new character is introduced with no foreshadowing at all? Is this really the Tales of Shahryar?
Well, that passerby reacted in much... It's Madar from the cafe over there. You know, the fellow who spent... Since that's also a very old story, maybe he knows a thing or...
Then let's go ask around at the cafe. Huh? Oh.
Another day.
Excuse me?
Yes. Are you?
Well... sorry.
It's fine.
Do you know about Tales of Shahryar?
Huh? Tales of Shahryar? My master always talked about how incredibly popular that book used to be. However, I tried reciting a few chapters of it at the
Your master?
Yes, the one who taught me how to be a storyteller. He said that Tales of Shahryar... He also said that this great-great-grandmaster was an academic... He wrote 4 volumes back then, and the reviews just got better and better.
And then? What happened next? Why doesn't anyone know...
Oh, it's hard to tell when it comes to trends. One day everyone... Instead of writing a proper ending, this to tap into popular trends, he added a lot of tropes.
How could that be? Then what happened to...
In the end, there's no ending. The great-great-grandmaster tried to write a few more volumes, following whatever... He got so infuriated that he stopped...
What? So there's no ending? The readers didn't care?
By that time, only a very... Anyway, my master probably exaggerated. How could a work possibly... The only tangible thing my great-great-grandmaster left is the original draft of Legend... He also left behind many theses from his research phase. When my master talked about my master is a much better storyteller than me. Even when we're telling the same... But even he won't recite Tales of Shahryar due to its ever-changing writing.
So, Antara's story is the one that lasts...
Well, not even sages can definitively ascertain the quality of something like a story. In the end...
Only time?
Madame Farazan?
It's been 100 years. Perhaps some things I...
Yeah! Master helped me find a lot of famous books at first. But no matter how good those stories are, I can't improve my skills if I can...
Huh. Indeed. That is true. Readers' interest in trends of a time are not things that are... What was popular 100 years ago could be completely forgotten in modern times. And yet, 100... If Tales of Shahryar hadn't chased after trends and instead stuck to its original style from start to finish, it might have stood some chance of gaining renewed popularity. No, even if that didn't happen...
Huh? Hardcover...
I don't really get what you're talking about, but...
How unseemly. I almost got carried away because of a single book. Well then, we should get back to the matter of our teaching material. It looks like we can't use Tales of Shahryar now. No, it's much too old. Kale, you found a book that you liked at the book... Yes, then we'll use that book as our teaching material. Now that I think about it, using a book that you like is the most suitable. As for the academia, as long as we come up with an appropriate... My, it sounds like you've dealt with the academia before. Now then, let's return to the book vendor in a bit and buy the latest... but if... speaking of which, other than third eye of perception and illusory mirror, I also espy some unfamiliar phrases from such things as... Even if it reminds me of my dark history, I still can't help but be drawn in by this. Why do people use dark history to refer to awkward or embarrassing memories? Is this some... If one of our learning objectives was researching...
Oh, I can tell you what that's all about. Apparently in their youth, some people... But as they grew older, they started to become embarrassed by such memories.
Mana? You know, I'm suddenly...
Huh? Why so suddenly?
I knew it. There will always be people who love the gold...